and the Betty. Oh, Subletio. Tiaga, near Great Bar. Oh, Subletio, Kaya. Subletio. Tiaga, near Great Bar. Near Great Bar. Subletio. Tiaga, near Great Bar. Can't be yes, you're 20 Polo. Can you got money? What about anywhere? But you say, Mona, but I say, Moon, you Tanya, we are house, one, and you magic. Casino. To what I found with them on when you got them on when you are going to get well. When you play a year to form now, when you play a year to form now, oh, in work I know, they play with Sudatio. That door, what that man better seek it. All about to Rabbi. Almost as soon. Don't know what to do quickly. But I heli KG Welly. Oh, bueno, can you achieve? Here, 24. I don't know. Let you can do a power. I'll let you can do a power. I've done anything. You're drive. See what you done now. Yes, let you kind of. When you're more, you get here. See what you are about where power. Now you want to about where power. Apply your news for no when you are in walking. My Lina KG Welly, or bueno can you? Or your James GT Welly, then you blew it. I blame Mr. Thompson, Wagay, Dixon Zonge, Montreal Nua, Alita SK, Clarence MG, Montreal, Adosaso, Mr. Alfonso Zianso, Liva Camiola, Traone. So ye, you're not Blabonani, so ye, Man Verakwe, pull up now. 2 years I will make it. When I took 1 year, I will. How much we are Magamano, that's your way. That's your way, young one, you're yet. Damn, working on damn way. Borden, I know your blower. Borden, I'm at the Borden. When I go, you don't get a blow. When I get a blow, and you know where you are go. When I get a blow. When I say MG, I'm Okashi gay. Jenawa gay. Andrew G gay. I don't know. I'm better see gay. All about let you that India put. My blue correct right here. Let you be a bag of beers, I be a two swag. Monday, I know that so. I got brand. I'll get them. Then you shall be Jared Gay Jr. Avin Gay Jr. Christiana T Gay. Musu Fofana Gay. Thomas Safer. Go Subletio.
Good evening, good evening. We want to welcome you. Thank you very much for joining us here this evening. I'm Alfonso Z and Salt of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. This is the Sunday's editions of the Examiner right here on the Diaspora Informative News Magazine, Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. Thank you for joining us here this evening. It's better late than never. A little bit beyond time here this evening, but notwithstanding. Yeah, Ketota, I saw you. I was just doing setup, so the link is there. It's still out there. So you are most welcome. Is out to the entire crew here this evening here for us to have a conversation. This is the Examiner. The light is unfolding, and we will be having a conversation. This is Easy, and so welcome to the show, and let's have a conversation right here, right now. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. So we want to say welcome, good evening to welcome. This is the Examiner. I'm right here this evening. Good evening, good morning, good to be here this evening. We sincerely apologize, running a little bit late here. A lot going on, other things to take care of as well. So, but notwithstanding, we try to, it's better late than never. Let's give a good lighting system here. I hope it's much better. Mr. Doe going, good to have you here. To my man, Don Picking is in the house. Hopefully it's your weekend and everything went well, the Christmas and everything. And we pray for a prosperous new year as well. Alvin Hayes is marching onto Zion. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Good to be here. I'm Alfonso Zion Salt of the Library Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. This is the Sunday's editions of the Examiner. It comes away every Sunday right here on the Diaspora Informative News Magazine, Liberia Public Radio. Good to have you here. Very shortly, we're going to roll it out, and we hope that you're going to form part of the conversation this evening as well. A lot is unfolding far and near, and we tend to have those conversations. In the meanwhile, let's take a quick commercial commitment, and I will be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
That's it yet. I call today. That's our own lady right here, Mrs. Fredericks. I advertise, give patronage in case you want to travel, wherever you want to go, Liberia, any parts of the world. She's going to give you a good deal. Just mention the name, Liberia Public Radio, and you will be good to go. Let's give recognition to our beautiful people. It takes the grace of God to see one Christmas to another Christmas. And we are happy, we are excited that we all will triumphantly roll into 2026. But what are we taking into 2026? What will be our commitment to our community, to our country, to our very selves, and things that we do on a daily basis? We hope to dive into all of that. Emma Sana is in the house. Mr. Sana, good to have you here. Mohammed Kone is here. Janine Dolly, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. You are on the official news outlet of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. This is the Examiner. The Examiner comes away every Sunday here with the other rest of the analysts who they're going to be here. But even if they are not here, you are here. That is vital. That is important because some of them, they come here to talk tabata, and give people headache. So I'm not too much worried about them. They are not the center of gravity. They are part of the problem because some of them talking points so ridiculous. So the liberal and his group, they are doing everything possible here to get their message. And this is why we have to watch out for these guys. They are roaming around. They are doing everything they want to do to be persuasive in their argument when it need not to. People who cannot come clean to discuss about our country, sometimes it's troubling. And this is why we are having the headache we are having, because these were the same people who were pushing falsehood, innuendo, subliminal messages. They didn't open the gap. They didn't give you the opportunity. They just dish it out and you believe in them. So you didn't never question it. Now they are 360 degrees somersault turning point now, regretting their actions. I don't listen. I listen to them, but I don't take them seriously because it is who they are. They were doing it for political purposes, political gain, but they didn't get their way out. So they are going crazy. They are going nuts now and explaining and acting like they were doing it. This is why you give people the opportunity to have national conversation. But the media of today's world has become so influential. And we just believe everything, you just believe whatever we say. And you think we are the Messiah. That should not be the case. You guys should question to what we say. These people tomorrow, they're going to come back. They're going to start introducing the other faces and other people to you again, put them in a glass bottle as a new creature, as a newborn person. But they are the same people. They are the same people. So the headache, this is why I'm afraid of headache. The leper, then sometimes they scratch your head. The other people on the other side, sometimes you see them screaming, this is not what we call for. This is not what we hope for. Well, you didn't answer the question. You were judgmental. You were sentimental. You look at one side of the world, forgetting to know the society, the world we live in today is involved. And all of these things are the components of today's life. So you can't leave 1 hour and take one. That's what it did to us. Let's take a break, and I will be right back.
Hello, listeners. This is Mazola, the lover boy. I'd like to invite you to this exciting program. It is called Dancing for Jesus. It is intended to play beautiful, inspirational music to help you turn your life to God. Join me on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our way of showing appreciation to God for the good things He has done for us and continue to do. Don't miss this opportunity. Join Mazola Gizi on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the program Dancing for Jesus. Please be there because I will be here to rock it up for you.
That's the Liberia Public Radio. Please be there and we'll be there for you. By the way, Mr. Tia, good to have you. Health for Tia, good to have you. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on your location. You are on the official news outlet. Let me just make sure here to see whether this is a no. This is not a. I want to make sure and put the rifle banner here. Just bear with me here a little bit, and we're going to have that here. Here we go. This is the Examiner. It comes on every Sunday right here on the Diaspora, the informative news magazine, Liberia Public Radio. We say thank you. Good morning, good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Of course, we always say it. We have national conversations with civility, with respect. You have the right to question what we say, what we do here, even though we don't even do it right, because we are obligated to, as we bring these information news, we are also on an obligation to make sure that we do it authentically. Like the Nigerian poet said, when things fall apart, the centrals can no longer hold. When the politicians, when they go split, when they divide, we'll look at their past and look at their presence and see who we are. We managed to get hold of one videos that is trending on the social media when people were defending their positions. What was then and what makes it different now? Let's take a look and we'll have a conversation.
The radio station and go home free with impunity. Liberians, when they see Philip Brown 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago, I was in the States when this started, concerning 15 or 16 billion. Mayor Wispan, a reputable person in our country, came on the national wire, the national radio, accused the entire government, past and current, something that has the proclivity of bringing this nation down to terms. That X amount of dollar was missing or is missing. The president is involved, current, past president is involved, legislators are involved, other means say, so to speak, the entire government. That brought that cloud to the image of our country. We all know what has happened. Today, our international partners, donors cannot look at you and they will be right. Because if one of you or one of us can accuse, and not just a joke, for him to have gone to the radio station while investigation is ongoing, that even brought some of us back from our constituency break,
Because this issue is alarming. Liberian people said the legislators, the lawmakers must come back to work. We are back to work trying to delve into this matter. The same fellow that had a lot of voice went back to radio station. Where was this investigation done to say Ambassador Weah or the government is not involved today? Where is the report of this investigation? How did he come up to the conclusion to say that he wants to exonerate this government or the past government for 16 billion now? That's the issue. I think Mr. Brown need to come. That's why I asked myself, I said, this guy that went on the radio that had young people demonstrating Liberians exercising the constitutional right, that identical day was reneged. Kept people in the street. If this country property lives who have been damaged today because of that one comment, you know the story of Rwanda. That one comment he made agitated our people, and today people are still agitated. Then someone come and say, this one group of people are said it yesterday, but today they are no longer involved in it. Should we take such a person serious in our country? Why shouldn't the security inviting and locking up? Or he should go and show cause. Today it is my understanding, presiding, why such a man should be given security, unconfirmed, that he's being protected by security. And this body must take that decision, that the police director or whoever that is involved, I do know unconfirmed, allegedly, I want to be careful, that he's being given security to protect a guy who gave him security. Who gave him security? These are hard questions he need to come and answer. A police director, authority of the security apparatus need to come. He also went, Mr. Presiding, distinguished colleagues. He accused colleagues, probably of the 53rd, of taking money, whether it's Liberian dollar currency or US dollar, and whether Liberian dollar, because we're talking about 16 billion Liberian dollar gotten missing. That people of this House of Representatives went to China to purchase campaign campaign paraphernalia or campaign items.
Tony in the warden jail. When things falls apart, the Falcons can no longer hear the Falconers. Let me bring in Woodton Kettle. Kettle, just take control. I will be off here. These people crazy. Tony, they're calling out. It's just crazy. Let me just answer the call here. I will be right with you. Just take control. Let me.
Thank you, Mr. So. Thank you. Beautiful beginning. That was a clip by a former seditious who is currently the representative for Lofa County, Foya district area, Thomas Fala, talking about the $16 billion, the alleged missing $16 billion that were brought up by Philip Brown at the early stage of the get-go of President Weah administration, that sparked a lot of debates, protestation, and agitation in our community, in our country. Up to today's date, we still see people who are politicians, people who are against President Weah administration. They still use this as a means of, tarnishing the reputation of the Weah administration about $16 billion. I didn't hear when he went back on the air to say, and then, he was changing his mind on what he put out there. I didn't hear that part from Philip Brown. He said it later on, maybe we all heard it, but it was sad that this thing up to now, people still talk about $16 billion. Even the liberal progressive talk about it, $16 billion missing, and there was no $16 billion. However, Mr. So, back to you. I was just
okay. Let's work out. We don't want to make our guy boy here before he thinks that this Sunday here will try to do something. Mr. Terry Collins is a senior analyst of the Liberia Public Radio and a strong supporter of the ruling establishment of President Jose Newmont Wakai. That's how the BBC or VOA can call him. Wakai, is that the right word, Terry?
Yeah. I think so.
Just said Numa Wakai. Okay. Mr. Collins, good evening. Welcome to this Sunday's editions of the Examiner. That's a former darling boy of CDC. You know, this is when politicians, when things split, when they split, I don't know, they don't remember the past to see what happens. They don't go back to their cassette. I wonder they can he come back and make those sort of same statement today and stuff? But let's have this other fun here. A lot of things went on during the Christmas. A lot of people were talking at Tabata and this and that. A lot of people were partying. So let me see. Somebody audio on?
No.
Okay. Let me see there. Sorry, I was answering my guy's call. Who's the guy dancing like that?
Well, I think it's the Speaker of the House, the Liberian Speaker.
Speaker of the House of Representatives?
The Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, and host of
Unity Party. It's the festive season. The man gotta enjoy it.
The second in command of the nation is is that the guy that called Speaker Richard Kuhn?
Richard Kuhn.
Obviously, nothing wrong with that, Mr. So. The man gotta stop it.
Is that the same guy?
We need to have our own speaker. So today, an opposition speaker will not push our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today, I'm a regime speaker.
Well, he made Mr. To, we didn't really, dissect his statement over there. We only heard the regime speaker. But listen to what he said again. We need to have our own speaker to run our agenda, because if we have somebody else, they will not push our agenda. So it was not about fanatic Kofa or corrupt or doing all the things. It was about Joseph Boakai having his way, that when he sent anything, it passed. Nobody should stop it, and that's exactly what's going on.
Basically,
well, can't you can interpret it any way you want.
Mr. Collins are going to count. This guy forecasts. But when I'm talking here, you don't listen to me. And then Terra will come with scripture to kind of dilute the whole thing, and then been heavily assisted by the liberal and say, we are this, we don't like. The guy, he was very clear, he was precise into what he wanted to do, his goal and everything. We need to have our own speaker, not the speaker of the country. And then the war regime attached to what he was saying, it meant a lot. But you didn't see it, but we're going to, okay, let's bring in, we don't want to play fire and Terry, so for Terry to feed that, we're pushing aside and having this here. Mr. Collins, is that the speaker there?
Yeah, nothing wrong with it, Mr. So. The speaker is having a fun, having enjoyment during the festive season. I don't see any time. That's the time for people to dance.
Right.
During the festive season.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. Myself, that kind of fool, what you gave, I got that fool. Oh, man, you almost said that small. I want to start dancing. I will be on top of the car. The car will be carrying me. Okay, guys, good evening. Good to have you here. A lot is going on here. But let's have a conversation here. We are in the process of we are by the grace of God, we all want to roll into 2026 here. I don't know what is the lesson learned from 2025 and how the dynamics, the politics, the narrative, the conversation. I'm wondering whether it would ever change and to what it would be changed to. Let me start with you here, Terry. I know we have had this sort of conversation, but let's see here. Who knows what's going to be coming out again this weekend? Do you have anything on top of your head? Is something going to be coming out?
Well, I don't think I have anything on top of my head. It's just that everything we're looking at, the court proceeding concerning the fire arson case, it seems that it's taking a dramatic turn with jurors asking critical questions. Seems like to say the media have been influencing the the jurors, sorry, the jurors. I want to be jealous. The jurors have been influenced by the media and they're asking similar questions to that of the questions that the media have been circulating around in the media. So we hope to see what's going to be unfolding, and that is what I think on my mind. The year is coming to an end, going to New Year. Right now, the government is relaxed. People are saying that they're going to be boycotting. I think they were talking about a boycotting session. Some lawmakers say they want to remove him. They want to remove the speaker. So we hope to see what's going to happen in coming days, especially next year, early next year. We hope to see.
Okay, James Akwe, please check your email. Talking about that, we want to come to it for my first time. Usually I don't like to talk on stuff. I don't know how true it is, but I speak to one lawmaker actually late this evening and just try to put a on there, hey, what's going on in there? Well, this is what we are here. And then the message, wait and see. The same road that that same road I had. It shows how divided the country is. So the same road that same road bamboo. But the thing here is whether do we have the resources? Because all of that it takes the resources, money to get things. All in that bidding is all about money. But I think there's a lot of other things playing out. We don't know how it's going to look like. But I think for now, he's still in the lead, he's in a comfortable lead in terms of having the resources, influence to good decision making here. But let me come to Keter.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. So, and welcome, Terry. Nice to see you. So just what Terry spoke about concerning the 22 lawmakers that have flipped against their own man. Now, these 22 lawmakers, they are not.
Without us knowing in depth, so what is the reason now? What are they coming to tell? And this is what I just don't like. I had a frown on one of my own lawmaker at the time when they did that, and his reason was just strictly on monetary based something. Kofa can release. Can you imagine a lawmaker? So these people, they just do not have our country at heart. It's all about money, money, money. I don't know.
So
it's sad.
So let us consider what you just said from lawmakers. We know the bottom line to a lot of stuff is money, but look at Richard Kuhn. Let's put Richard Kuhn and
what wrong with Richard Kuhn?
There's no way Richard Kuhn can come close to Fanatikova when it comes to intellect and knows the issues and how to carry on the affairs of that house.
This is why your sedition, hold on one second. This is why your sedition you can screw up in so many fronts. Kuhn, I can tell you, Kuhn is these people, they are from two different professions, but Kuhn is a genius in his own area. I mean, the English language, the tone might not sound as cosmetic, polishing as we librarians say, like, oh, this guy can speak and he is English. But Kung, I can tell you for sure, Kung is a very, very smart gentleman.
So, like I said again, I've been around people that can speak But when they put math to paper, pen to paper for math, you'll be like, wow. But I'm talking about leadership of that house.
Okay,
I'm
all
talking
right.
about political
That's different.
leadership. I'm talking about, how to work in our house and make things happen. Kun is far from that. Kun is almost like a con man. He survived uh who survived a coup from Joseph Boakai. He survived coming to power by the coup of Joseph Boakai, undermining Speaker Kofa. And that was the mistake Speaker Kofa made, to follow Joseph Boakai to room. But Terry made up something, like I said, was 22 people from the majority black. This is not even minority black going there.
Anthony, just I don't know. Inbox me your email. Sorry, I kept it. Just inbox me your email again. I can't remember it again. If you want to join, that's fine. Go ahead.
So 22 people from the majority black trying to set up a rebellion against the speaker and the deputy speaker.
What
Imagine if the 32 other lawmakers who are from the rule of law
but
join them.
22, but assuming this 22 is actually, like I said, only one person today. He didn't even indicate, but his language, his tone, his texting, moving in that direction. And if that is the case for him, then it's not a surprise. That's not a new person because I know how they were all in loggerhead. But the thing here is that 22 cannot remove a speaker. You need to tell. You talk
No,
about
this
some more people. So what is that? Is just a kind of chaos they want to cause,
no,
or
no, no, no.
of it?
What I'm saying here, Mr. So, is 22 majority black lawmakers flip against their own speaker that they brought into power. 22 of them. You still have the rule of law people, Honor Musa Ability and Fanatic Kofa group. You still have over like 30 some more, or maybe between 28 to 20 now, or 30 of them from the former speaker group that have not yet decided to join this 22. So if the 30 of them come and join the 22, we'll have 52 lawmakers. They say 49. Of course, they just say 49.
Do you want to see that? I
Come,
want to bring Terry in. Do you want to see
then
that happening? Is that
let
something
me
you
tell
want
you
to see?
something, brother. The illegal aspect that took Kufa off, we've talked on this platform before. We said just how they're doing it the wrong way. Few months down the line, somebody will do it to them. And it happening right in their own faces, not from the rule of law. It's from their own group. So it was not strange for us to see these things happening. So for me, it's like ain't no chicken coming home to roost. So at the end of the day, let's just see, maybe next year it will be something that will happen, and it will blow rain President Boakai face where you don't have to have the money now. We're talking about the numbers.
Let me bring you
We're
in
talking
here.
about the numbers.
Terry, I think the seditions is the type of kettle they are fasting and praying to see this sort of chaos to him for us to have this sort of endless talking point again. Is that a good prayer that God can answer?
Well, I don't think God really is involved because there are a lot of clandestine things that people do on their own, and God is not really involved. If they say they're praying to God, well, that's up to them because people can pray for anything, you know. But here is the thing: here is uh, Richard Kuhn. When Keta say Richard Kuhn is not smart in leadership, I don't understand what he mean by that because speak Honorable Kofa led the house for I don't know how long. And Richard Kuhn, I think Richard Kuhn on a time of leading is longer than Kofa so far. Because Kofa led from what? I think almost a year or so. When he took over, I think he resigned. Yeah, maybe around the same time because Kofa was there for almost a year and then into that's a Richard Kuhn. Kofa led longer than Richard Kuhn. But this is the leadership here that you cannot tell. You want to tell me that Buffer Chima is smarter than Richard Kuhn? Buffer Chima led the House for 6 years. On a former president, he's smarter than Richard Kuhn. So, and you don't just look at people and determine that whether they're smart or they're not smart. Just for the man rising to that position alone makes him smart. So I think what we need to be looking at is about the result. If to say they can move him, let's see if they can remove him. 22 lawmakers is not strong enough. They don't have the numbers. So if they can get the 49, which will be fine because Senayo, the precedent she laid was very powerful. That precedent now will make every other person who coming to remove speaker, you have to get the 49 or else you're going to stall the process of the lower house. And when you're stalling the process of the lower house, the people will revolt against you, and you as a lawmaker will not want that. So that precedent scenario set was a very, very good thing. So right now, they just have to come up with the numbers of 49. Because anything they do now to go back to what they were doing during Kofa time, their constituents will revolt. They will not allow it to continue. So I hope to see myself. I want to see what they're going to do. People say Richard Kuhn is what I know they say he's criminal. I don't see the criminal record that Richard Kuhn has. I don't see it. So we don't really have any proof that Richard Kuhn is a criminal. The people who have criminal record, they are all there. Everybody can see that they get criminal record. So when you start accusing people falsely without any background, then that means something is wrong. So I agree with you, Mr. So sedition want him to be removed. If I was a sedition, I would do that. I would think the same way. Unfortunately, I'm not a sedition. I'm not a unity party man. So I want to be balanced. I'm in the middle, even though I support JMB, but I don't support the attitude of people doing the wrong things. If the 49 people say, look, Kun, you're not supposed to be here, we're getting you out, we'll get you out. But my contention here, I really want to believe that Musa Belede here is on the thing. Allegedly, Musa Belede is the one here on the thing. Musa.
Before I bring in Akwe, why Musa Belede? Why you think it's
because Musa Belede need the speakership for him to gain traction politically. Musa knows that he don't have that political weight right now. So he needs the speakership if he wants to gain political relevance. And if he gets the speakership, it will boost his political aspiration. That's why Musa is fighting for this thing. And he's doing it. He will fight by all means to get Richard Kuhn from that position. And the government will fight back. So we'll be sitting now to see who's going to win the war.
So, okay, before, let me bring it up. What I see now, the behavior of these people, and I wonder whether we really have oppositions of interest group in our country. Here the people are who are financially rewarding themselves any kind of way by making the piece of legislation, by making it into a law that we can't question it. They want to increase the number of people. So you see, they enjoy doing this thing here. We don't have an interest group. I'm not talking about advocate because they advocate all by themselves, but interest group that protect the civil liberties of ordinary Liberians. We do not have this sort of group. What is the conversation they have with their constituency for which now they want to do, they want to have this other one, they want to increase the size of. I'm not one of those who is a favorite of having a large government. Some of these ministries, agencies, they need to condense them and have them once. I mean, a lot of waste of resources. I thought that was some of the measures going to be instituted. That has not happened. Let me go to another question from the oil field in North Dakota. James Akwe, good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, how are you? And how are you, Kettle? And how are you, Pastor? And also to Soul. Yes, it's 3 degrees out here in Fargo, North Dakota, and a series of blizzard warnings as we speak. And we see vehicles moving, 5-10 miles per hour, very slow, very slow. So very cool out there, and several inches of snow as we speak out there in Fargo, in North Dakota. But speaking to, the issues about Speaker Kuhn, and the speaker can be removed by resolution, and especially by his colleagues. That's what we know, and that's what their law says, that yes, he can be removed, but how will, again, the ordinary Liberians going to accept or receive this information? Few months or probably to a year ago, the very guys were up there.
It was not. It was what the day was. They never consulted ordinary Liberians.
I'm saying this because
they don't really need our approval.
Yeah, I'm saying this because each time the guys try to revolt when it comes to call a protest or so to remove a speaker, to change a speaker, we see the slow pace, government. We know exactly what happens, That's the first branch of government. So, I mean, things really would not flow as we really expect them to be. As a result of the removal of the first speaker, and let's say, Speaker who? Yes, as a result of the removal of the speaker before Richard Cohn, what happened? It led to the burning of the Capitol. We know exactly what happened. But then we go into another one again. Hey, fellow Liberians, where are we heading? I mean, I don't know. This is a news that is really distasteful. It's not sweet at all, trust me. So those who behind it, in a way, by their law, they can always be able to change whoever they want to change. And it doesn't say whether you can stay there for 1 year, 2 years. I mean, there's no time limit to it. You can even be there for 2, 3 days. You can move it by their law. But what happens in the running of the government again? So we will be sitting watching, on the fence as they perform drama and movie, but we will be sitting there, to really see, I mean, as they try to undo again what they did, just a few months or years ago. So Liberians will be watching with real eagle eyes.
I mean, Tony, I don't understand. Try to send your not you. Sorry, somebody take it away. I'm trying to send this.
So, Mr. Akwe,
yeah,
was it distasteful? Was this distasteful when President Bouaka took the former speaker to Rome?
It was not President Bouaka who removed.
Was it distasteful? I'm asking you a question. I said, was it distasteful when President Bouaka took Fonati Kofa to Rome and have his colleagues behind him plan a coup to move him from power? Was it distasteful?
But this is something President Bouaka never knew anything of.
I'm asking you, was it distasteful that he took him to Rome and his colleagues behind him plotted?
So let's forget about President Bouaka taking him to Rome. Let's be much more concerned.
Let's
be concerned. He could be anywhere for that matter for his colleagues to remove him. He could be anywhere.
Was it distasteful? I'd say they didn't do it when he was in Liberia. They didn't do it when he was in his hometown. They did it when the president.
But you see, the speaker can be removed again.
Was it distasteful? That's not the point where he can be removed by his peer.
The speaker can be removed by a cause. And
was it
having due process? That's what we know. I'm coming now. I get you. Whether it was distasteful and anything, the guys came together and they had their own count. They have a series of counts or allegations against this man. That this man was engaged into X, this man was engaged into Y, and this man was engaged into T. If they can have those same charges against Cohn, hey, who am I to say Cohn should not be removed?
Do you know what Cohn said? Do you know what the regime speaker said? He said there were no count against. Hold on, the regime speaker in so many words said there was no count against Kofa. The only reason they're moving because they wanted their own regime speaker that will.
No, that's not what he said. No, that's not what he said.
Mr. So, please play
the people accused.
Mr. Akwe was not here from the beginning of the show. Please,
let me tell you now.
Listen here for the speaker mouth. The speaker said, listen now, Mr. Akwe. The speaker said that they have to have their own speaker so that the president may be able to function the way they want the president to function. If they have other speakers, he will not go the president way. In so many words.
Yeah, but every leader, every president that definitely will want to have a speaker who will be able to dance to his wings.
So will you agree with me? Will you agree with me? It was not because they had a lot of counts. They made up counts.
Answer the main question. Just tell him no. Yes, simple as it is. Why
you and I reside right?
Akwe cannot answer the question because he knows.
No. I'm not going to. No, I'm not going to be elementary yet. Trust me.
No, not elementary. The dishonesty is wrapped around his intelligence. Now, what he's saying here is this. The reason I'm asking this question, he said, is distasteful for these other group now to come and remove these other, the speaker from there. It will waste the government time, but it didn't waste the government time when President Bouaka took the speaker.
I am telling you again.
Let me frame this question. In a different.
Yeah, please frame it.
And I'm not going to go to distasteful. What I chikisu inside pepper there, make it take there, make it take there. If this come to whatever, like as we are hearing, some are saying it in private. I'm wondering if the president will exert some executive authority, because that one is somehow indirectly it's going to bring a halt to a lot of things happening. Do you think the president then will intervene, or it will be the same way that's a House business to handle it?
But the president did not intervene first. The only intervention the president did earlier, even in the removal of Kuhn, was to tell the guys, hey, put your house together and make sure you do the right thing. So this time around,
will he still come back to tell them to put a house together to do the right thing?
Yes, the president will definitely be able to tell them, hey, you have rules, you have order, and you have things to do. The Liberian people business will have to go ahead, put their house together, do the right thing. He's not going to sit there to dictate to anyone to say, hey, let Richard Kuhn remain or remove Richard Kuhn. That's not what the president is going to say. But I can tell you this much. There is no president in the world, in any democracy, who would not wish to have a president, who would not wish to have a speaker, in his forum. No way. Even you and I reside right here in the U.S. We know the fight. We know the fight that goes on over the speakership position. So it goes wide, and it's applicable just anywhere. Any president, for that matter, we want a speaker who will be, able to dance to his own tune. And President Bouaka would not be the first. And if our President Bouaka too, definitely I want a speaker who will be able to dance to my tune.
All right, thank you so much, guys. Just do me a favor. We intend to be having, going to 2026. There are a lot of things going to be changing. When we're talking, once we call your attention, let us just pause, because then there's something we want to insight into the comfort. What the Liberal calling me for? Terry, are you telling the guy to call me? What are you calling me for? Now, something I want us to talk about.
Okay.
It's called Nathaniel McGill, Senator McGill letter calling for investigation, blah, blah, blah. That his expression, but I'm not sure whether that is being, in my thoughts, I see it to be kind of a little misdirected. What I thought the investigation, not investigation, or subpoena or calling on the Ministry of Information or the Minister of Presidential Affairs to provide explanation. This president, the entire government denied everything about this whole FOIA thing. Yeah, we saw the last time the president went for inspection. That is huge. So the question should be now where the money came from to do that way. I thought that the kind of investigation or inquiry that will be asking the Ministry of Information or the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs, and then you want to go in. Where you go? Well, Kun say I marry, you marry. The woman say I want a man, we marry. So where you want to? I don't see in it. So they are not. This is a legitimate question the House can ask, the Senate can ask. The government said that they were not doing anything, and we saw the president after dedication taking a garden tour, inspecting. I saw the video. That place is a very huge place. Real money is spent. This is where you, as a senator or representative, will ask government, then where this money come from? When ECOWAS said they don't know, the other people said they don't know. I don't understand why, to be honest. I know, and sometimes government misplace priorities. I don't see that as a priority number one. to forecast that, okay, in the next 5 years, so crisis will be going on in this other country, that country. So yeah, let's just build a peace hall. Let's be honest, is that a priority now? As compared to the 100 teachers or 100 schools you want to build, have we improved on that to institute training capacity of those teachers? Are we, or if they say, well, maybe we're building that place as a training center, as a vocational center, or as a rehabilitation center, taking it from the capital, trust me, I will start blowing the trumpet of the government. Because, I mean, you remove these people from the scene, put them somewhere, not actually in isolation, but to be able to focus on their treatment plan. But to go build something that, because maybe Ghana or Guinea or Sierra Leone will be making flowers, so time, then we can. Terry, let me just bring you in this one here. I thought that's the kind of question Maggie they're going to be asking to know where the money came from and how much is it. The Ministry of Information, the Ministry of Finance, the Ministry of State for Presidential Affairs. Those are three key people that need to give an explanation. You know? And instead, they want ask for Mandela Cooper, not me or Uno Law. Who don't want him with the speaker, the number 2 person, virtue of the Constitution, with the Republic of Liberia? The man already can take putting the woman in the air and taking picture. You think that woman want to go by that for you will go investigate what? Come on.
Yeah, Mr. So these are the things that I told you that seditions are not sophisticated enough to prioritize what they should prioritize that will really give Unity Party government hard time. No wonder why Unity Party government continue to seal. They continue to seal. Because unnecessary thing. The time Rachel Kuhn was married to the first woman when he divorced her and they were in court and all of that. Where was this other woman here that was on the radio? Where was she? Rachel Kuhn was married. Rachel Kuhn just divorced. You know, where was she? All this about that we're not talking. Okay, even if we want to agree that Maggie got a point, right? The marriage here in question did not happen on Liberian soil. It did not happen in Liberia. So you don't have that much jurisdiction over the man married that is alleged, that somebody is alleging that he was born in a different country that took place on a different soil. You got no business in that unless it is brought before your government. But the marriage,
are you saying the wedding has to be on Liberian soil?
The law he put in, the wedding don't have to be in Liberia for a jury or for a judge to argue it, but it has to happen in Liberia for them to have jurisdiction over the matter. The wedding had to happen in Liberia, then it falls under Liberian law. But as it stands, the wedding did not fall under, is not under Liberian law. So even though if the woman decides to carry to Liberia, the court can go into the case and deal with the marriage and things. But if it was done in Liberia, if the wedding transpired in Liberia, then you can say the Constitution of Liberia is on Liberian law. It happened on Liberian soil, so it's binding by the Constitution of the Liberian law. But as it stands, the marriage did not occur in Liberian law. If you get married in America, there are different laws that you fall under the American law. There are categories, there are certain things only the American government can handle it from this perspective. More to that, the woman claimed that this man was denied green card status. That means that the American immigration could not verify that the wedding was authentic or that the marriage agreement between the two people were authentic on American soil. So if the man green card was canceled, that means that the immigration did not recognize the authenticity of the marriage. So I don't know when people be talking, they're more to that, Mr. So. You got that kind of huge project.
Are you ready? Give me a thumbs up. I mean,
you have that kind of huge project in Lofa County. For you to be discussing the project, that what you're saying now, because the government, you're not supposed to spend, I think you can spend over 10,000 United States dollars without the government, without the legislature being aware.
That's the point I'm making, because it was Koto, good evening, welcome. The president said that The president said that, and those were good financial regulations that he puts in place. And let's take that as a face value, and that's been happening. Now, we're having a project, whether people say 20 million, 5 million, 3 million, we don't know. I've not heard official declaration, but obviously one can make a guess saying that facility more than 10,000.
The government said 6.1 million.
Okay. 6.1. But Mr. So I myself don't agree that the project was 6.1 million. I want to agree that project, because the project is squarely on 7 acres of land. I don't know if people understand what 7 acres of land look like. I don't know, because one acre is equivalent to 5 to 4 lots. So just imagine 7 acres. That's not a small property over there. So how did that property get there? They who in the house, but they're supposed to be discussing, they diverted everything. They start talking about Richard Kuhn domestic life. What does that have to do with you? What it got to do with you?
Let me bring Koto here, because
these are people. The people not ready. They're not smart.
Yeah, she was in here the other day, and I said when the whole Kuhn speakership came about, one of the person that really was a soothsayer and predicted this guy and all that kind of thing here, exactly that what we're seeing happening there. Koto Jala Balayant. Good evening, welcome.
Good evening to you, Mr. So, and to the panelists there in studio, and the people of Liberia. I want to say hi, and I love all of you. Season time, the season stay going on. Enjoy yourself, merry and be safe.
Are you enjoying?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, I even know why asking that kind of question for.
Oh yes.
I see the. Okay, look, on a serious note.
I beg you. Okay.
Keto, but I think we got to ask Keto that question. If says Koto is enjoying, because the way he's looking at a woman.
Terry, for this Sunday.
Terry. That make it your weird apple.
So you're not forget about your whole lot issue now. Like says Koto your own.
Okay, so now Terry, Koto, you are a professional person in the various field, the medical side, the financial side, and all of that.
Political nice. Period.
Then that means say that one. That means say that one. You're looking for something for Koto to say. That means say that one. But on a serious note, right? And I wanted to think that those were the sort of tough financial regulation the president instituted, because part of that was to manage resources and people to start doing this. But here we are now. We are hearing 6 million. It didn't go through, it appears to me for now. If it did, then it went on the cloud of darkness. Don't you think that one is worrying for the Ministry of Information, the Ministry of Finance, the Presidential Affairs, because these are people who coordinate kind of way to the office of the presidency to provide clarity. The Senate, the House of Representatives, instead of, I think that one, I see that as a priority, instead of going to Richard Kuhn already finished putting Mandela Cooper in the air. They already finished wearing their kente. They're not dance under the Palawa Hall. I know they're not drinking palm wine all in before that. I wish I were part of that play there. Then McGee said they should come investigate what? I think you should investigate where the money coming from, how that money was disbursed. Was there any conversation? Did it go through the required processes involved for disbursement? Don't you think that's what they should be focusing on?
Well, thank you, Mr. So, and I don't know whether you listened to me the other day when Mr. Toll brought up that topic. I was like, it's not important to me because that's the man's affairs and that's the lady affairs. It is their prerogative to have their relationship wherever they want to carry it to. I mean, that's just their affairs. If it was a case where they took money to have wedding from the Liberian people, that would be a case that I would, really get involved into. But that's a loving affair. That's why I'm concerned. If I'm love, I'm love.
That's it.
That's
it.
I only concerned about the Liberian people money, and that is my major concern. And going to the project, I don't know whether you want me to talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, I was one of those who were really behind the scene investigating. And before you guys could even come to know what it was, I went behind the scene and wanted to know actually what it was. And many things that people don't know that happening behind the scene. You know, when they are talking out there, sometimes I just look at it and laugh. I really don't want to, this man is a family man and the way he died, people don't, I don't want to be somebody who will say something now to go, like bad to the family. But I think this project played a major role in former minister death because what happened is that when you try to do things that goes, contrary, I think we know for in a medical era, we get this adrenaline that goes up. And when your adrenaline goes up, what happens to you is it leads to ailment, especially when you have an underlying conditions. If you have underlying condition or even just one underlying condition, when your adrenaline goes up, it affects you. And I think something went wrong somewhere. And I hate when people try to do things, that is not right in place. And we were some of those that were, behind the scene trying to know why and where did this project come from. And I may be wrong. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a soothsayer, but I'm just saying something here. Hold me responsible for what I will be saying. But again, what it did was not right. And going against the president's will of doing things to please him, I thought that was not right. And I
Koto,
think that's exactly what happened. And
Koto,
yes, when it backfired at them, they didn't know where to go or where to turn. And the person who initiated the process, I think today, may his soul rest in peace. And I wish you were being here today, making some clarity on that. That's
Koto.
all.
I see Terry already giving support. You said, did I hear you saying going against the president will? Are you sure the president is not aware? I saw the woman with one hand in his pocket inspecting.
The president told you he was not aware from the onset.
That he's not aware. I don't honestly. I don't see that. I don't believe that. I am not convinced. Okay, now he's aware. What is the action? You know where people
Well,
did
that's what he said. In his speech, he said that he will make sure all of these people that are contributing, make sure they contribute, and those he anticipating that this thing be used for echo, and those people will make their contribution towards it. And I believe in this president. He's not a liar, and he has no reason of lying. He is the president. He could say right now that's my thing, and I take it. And who will do
they
something
are
with
just
him?
they are
And
just
that's just the
copying them.
reality. And he comes out, and you don't believe this president. There's a man who, when he was not even in the presidency, he came out and said in their term there were some aims that he had during their term when he was vice president, and he took responsibility of that. So whereas he's president and taking a responsibility of what whoever may have done the wrong, he take responsibility.
I
And I
don't
think
think
he
he
would
took.
not lie to say that's
Honestly,
not.
no, the government, including the president, they didn't do enough, and we must speak to
And
that.
which I agree
Because you
to.
think about
The
it,
information was not disseminated the proper way. And
why
because certain people who are taking the initiative were afraid of what they have done, they try to cover up. And it's taken be cover up. This is something
the
that
president
cannot
himself
be.
cover up? See the length of time it took. Now you know. Okay, if I'm a head of an institution here, and somebody doing something in my back that with the hope of doing it to I don't know to satisfy or whatever the thing, people must be held accountable. There must be consequences. We can't come here and Aqua there know he's bothered about that. Terry there knows he's bothered about that. But you guys are protective of your own alligator.
I'm not here. I think you should know me by now. I have never come here to protect anybody in position. When it is wrong, it is wrong. And I said it here, the delay in dissemination was slow, and which I didn't, I didn't like. But some of us went behind to investigate, and I know where it is, and the president is not lying. And what exactly happened is what he explained. And it was good that he came out to explain, because sometimes and people will think about things if it is not, the way it's explained. And he thought it wise to come and explain the exact, story about what behind this project. And it takes a strong and potential person to have done a really cover up in that kind of process, because the people blunder, and in the act of blundering, he just took responsibility as a president. I think that's what happened.
So Mr. So can I come in after?
Hold on one second. Catch up.
Okay.
Because the same thing Koto said, what are you going to say anyway? So let me get different view. Catch up.
I can answer any that can come. Let he ask any question. And for me, I'm not one of those who are biased, or they like how sedition when one say one other than. They're like, you see their tune, they listen to. You will see what Prince Cherry says is what Keto will say, and it runs down to Akara's grade, and I mean, they just get that trend. But I'm not one of those that because the president will give a tune.
A little bit. Keto.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. So. I'm listening to everybody. Sis Scotto, how you doing? Merry Christmas, past Christmas and everything.
Yeah, give my Christmas, but don't wish me Christmas, please.
Oh my God.
Looking for Mr. Wow, this is
Amen.
I mean, stay for our business. Tell you our business, okay? Anyway, so just the thing, I think I shared a video in our chat room. When
You
people say
always
the
share
president,
zero in favor. Forget it.
when people say the president did not know, the president was in FOIA when they first put the fence around our property. The president drove into the fence, and this same young guy that you see on Facebook, I think Terry may mention him, that goes around, just Boaka's son, that goes around and say Boaka did it, Boaka did that. He was at that site that day, and he said this would be the president villa, the president mansion when he retired. I believe he was loud and happy about it. Come and see, running to show the area. No structure was there as far as house, nothing. It was the land, it was the fence around the land. Joseph Boaka was there to do groundbreaking ceremony. Fast forward, they planted structures, and the news broke through the media. It was something that was hidden. I guess they didn't want to be exposed. But the president knew about it. The president came out, he told stories. Now, whether he covered up or calling in or whatever they did, it was a big story. They had to flip it. It's the same thing that happened when he was not president proper and order Crispin to go and get cars through NASCAR. And the story left on Crispin here. So sometimes, yeah, Mrs. Balayan saying, oh, that what led to the man death, the whole thing. Because this president loved to throw stones and hide hand.
It's not official. Please don't quote me that guy. It's not official.
The people unofficial. The people around him plus himself, they are confused people. So when they do things knowing the fact that they're dealing with people who will not hold them to account, they do it and come and say anything to the Liberian people, and we fall for it. My own disappointment is the way that even the media is carrying this thing. And I will even put the blame on Lpr, because Lpr was one of the media entity that every late in the year, they even waiting for authentication or to say we'll run with the story, we'll put it out there, our news will go. But this time I see the liberal when he's so die, but I see Mr. So being so professional that he want to get the information proper. before he put it out there. He careful. When Paul said this, he come and said, no. This is not part of the media. This is the yesteryears. It was none of that. Anything that come, flash through. Flash through until the media were even brave to want to.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying exactly what you know what I'm talking about here. So this is the thing here, right? President Bouaka knew exactly what was going on over there. He knew about that project from the get-go, but it was something, it was not governmental, it was something for him. He put it on Mano River Union, he take it from Mano River, put it on government. Now they're not twist it so and turn it so no here, no te, and not holy. The center not holy. So people there. This man who said
before you put on Daniel Sano.
Okay, right? No. But on a serious note, I think the president. I mean, I sometimes feel embarrassed, and like I saw on the show before, either the president know, or if he didn't know, that shows his ineptitude. If you know, it's bad. If he doesn't know, then it shows that he's not in control. It all boils down to the president is inept. Because for that project to go in Foya, his hometown, and he does not know about it, that huge project, then it's something for us to ask what is unfolding in Liberia that the president don't know about, that borders around our livelihood.
Okay, all right. Because you now get back into your
Mr. So you go the other put on the tabata. I told my own in a way. Go ahead. The floor is yours. None your time, Mr. Want to be politician or media man.
To do it. I mean, everybody's going to talk. Rest assured.
I know you will run away now.
Yeah, it's the thing here. The breaking of news, we don't want to be like, we are not anti-government. In as much we have different views, opinions, we talk here in a civilized context, we exchange ideas, we try to be persuasive in our argument. We are not anti-government, we are not propagandists, we are not doing public relations for anybody. So there was so many information coming here. I can give you other information that never got in the public domain there. Is that true? Nobody said that. There was no any official person to come to say, yeah, this is what happened. We saw multiple things. I am only saying my only disappointment is the media too did not do a follow-up. That question, the interview with the president, I'm not sure. There were a lot of questions not asked.
Did you see the video I talk about? That I put in our chat room?
You can so if I were you, to get to the battle line of this thing, I would tell to the opposition, instead of that letter, where Nisa Mangale, who is the caucus of the main caucus chair of the main opposition, he would try to seek more clarification where that money came from, when that money was disbursed, how much is the money, and all of the parties. Then you're going to get to the bottom line.
So, Mr. So let me ask you a question. What makes you the fourth estate? You think the responsibility only lies in the politician's hands, the opposition? The responsibility also lies right in your hand. That's why you're supposed to ask the hard question.
And that's why we are asking.
You the watchdog.
People, all your people, the opposition, the government people, when people call them, you talk to them behind the scenes, say you don't go there, then they don't come.
But that you get the news, you make your own stories, do your analysis, and when they feed that, you put in the delegate outside, they will come to you and tell you they will make correction, and then you quiz them. That's what you do. Say they want to give you the platform so you can interview them. You heard the news, and now what happened, President? We administration. Because President, we have never had a propaganda machinery to debunk all the things. The news media and the opposition ran with that stuff.
Y'all were doing we are propaganda. Y'all were not doing it the right way. That's what happened.
all about money.
I have to breaking down, so I even wanted to go.
All about money. You are taking money to build homes. You couldn't pay for propagandists.
Let's go to you, Akwe. What you saying? I'm going to Terry.
Yeah, you see, Mr. So, I was one of the first persons to ever state here clearly that the PR concerning or about the FOIA project was not too good. I said it on this platform. You know, normally at the end of the show, maybe the next day when there's no show, I always try to go to it, listen to myself, and listen to others. I said it right on this platform that the PR, the dissemination of information or the FOIA project was not too good because we heard so many people talking, and in some instances there were people. I mean, information was this, information was that, and thing. We also observe procurement processes was not really clear. We can be very clear about that. The funding, where did the money was going to come from? You see, the thing is, like I always say, the new Liberia we want, the new Liberia we envision, we need to be very clear to people we call our friends. We said it on this platform that the information dissemination on the FOIA project was not too good. But listen to this one now. Then you have the president coming out to make clarification. Hey, Keta, you say JMB son said this, he said this. JMB son is he serving as a spokesman in government? What is his position? I now at least expected that you mention about. At least expected that you will mention him. Because we have so many other people are coming. When they were speaking, I was just quiet and just listening.
You want to ask a question?
No, you can't. When you were talking, I also wanted to ask you a question, but I decided to be civil so that you run down with your own narration. Then I can be able to come.
CEO ask you a question, brother.
CEO, go ahead.
You're a journalist. You work for the State Broadcasting Corporation. Could you, in any way possible, the interview conducted by these people, do you think they ask the question?
Yeah, they ask some of the hard questions.
Do you think the president provided the clarity that needed to be provided when he didn't tell or when he got to know? And what action taking?
It depends on which angle you may be speaking from to say, oh, maybe you want, I don't know what else you really wanted the president to say. The president clarified that this was not a retirement home. Mr. So, you're right there. I'm coming. If you're building a retirement home for yourself, will it be a place that will host up to 500 people? Let's be clear about this. This facility can hold 500 people. So when President Boaka go and build a retirement home that will hold 500 people, they may only get 3 to 4 children. My people. So the clarity is very important.
Okay, you're still brushing it out. That's not what I'm suggesting. I'm not suggesting that it was a retirement home. You said the president provided all of the clarity. So I'm asking, are you sure all of the clarity? Did the president tell us the timeline when he was informed?
I'm talking about, the president make it very clear that this is not his retirement home. That is, we'll lay that one aside.
Retirement,
up to now, I'm coming. Up to now, we really technically do not know the source of the funding. Though the government is telling us public, private, international, and regional groupings or so will help. But in my view, that is still not too clear. It's still not sufficient. I think in that interview, he should have been pushed further so that Liberians tend to know exactly where this money is coming from to fund the FOIA project.
But that's what I'm saying.
Do not believe.
Bringing retirement business. That's what I'm saying. I say use.
Yes, I mean that's the narrative the guys from the CEC running with. That this was a retirement home. The likes of Keta and others, they are saying that this was a retirement. It was going to serve as a retirement home for Boakai. So let's think it out. And it's important to make this thing to develop sense of this thing. Who can build retirement home that will host 500 people? 500 people can sit and read on it. If you building a retirement home, I guess it will be a place where you're so tired, and you don't want to listen to noise and things, but you can be, but 500 people will come there at once. Look, let's slow down the politics on the FOIA project and begin to think on things that will definitely help to move the country forward. I believe and love the clarity made by President Barker. I lived on the GSA road in Painesville for several years. That home that the old man built 30, 40 years ago, he still lived there. The only modification that they have done on that place, I think, is fencing that they just put around it. And, yeah, it's just fencing that they did. So initially, like I said, the PR concerning the FOIA projects was not too good. If it was you, Mr. So, I know how you're going to tackle it. And this is, like I wrote to somebody today, Dana Yankona is the public relation officer or the media, head there at the Ministry of Finance. And I made it very clear. I said, look, one of the reasons why you see all the defenses and support coming off from the Ministry of Finance is because you have a professional and a trained journalist serving as a public relation officer. So if you in those areas, you will definitely know what to do. If I sit there and I'm doing public relation for the government, you will not have all these questions coming from and I don't go cattle den and things, because there's so many things I'll be able to name in about. And I will know how to really do it. So cattle, don't run with anything or JMB video. I will not go watch that video. JMB's son does not speak for the government at all. No, he does not, my brother. So stop giving us video, telling us that, hey, JMB's son said this was going to be the retirement home of the president. No, I'm not going to accept that. And I will not even listen to that particular, I will not even watch that particular video.
Mr. Collins, can you bring live verse to rescue your guy?
Well, Mr. So, it is the responsibility of the seditions to defend and to say whatever they want to say. We're not coming to help them. We're not going to help them. You understand? We're not going to do PR for them. They ain't enough money. It says here they ain't plenty of money. They need to start distributing some of that money around. You know
who is not compassionate? What?
So you go to offer prayers for them. You get them more time. You don't even give me more time. They treat the party here. You get them more time, and they will talk about that whole thing
right now.
Go ahead.
You are in Dr. Male's position.
Keta, you talk more than me.
In Dr. Male's position, then you say you're not talking. You talking. They show that you show.
You can call
but Mr. So, right? You know,
Mr. Male is not kissy man. Why you calling Mr. Male kissy
I'm not Mandi Gisi. Are the same people, uncle and uncle. Are the same thing.
Mr. Male is from Kolahun.
Same thing.
Bandi. So yeah, Mr. So, you know,
Terry, sorry, you're going to make your point. What I'm saying is, Akwe, I don't know why he's struggling with it, but we know all of this game.
What struggling with what?
You're struggling to provide answer.
The thing is, I just made it very clear to you, and I told you, I believe and love the clarity made by the president. He told you, one, this is not a retirement home, and I also told you, let's think it out. Can you build retirement home that will host out to 500 people?
Mr. Akwe, that is what Mr. So. Mr. Akwe, coming to my time again.
I know.
Here's the thing here, Mr. Akwe. The property that we are built, it can take more than 1,000 person. But I have property.
No, let's forget about retirement. Because this is where you're going to reside.
Whether property, a rich man can build property that can take up to 1,000 person, up to 100,000 person, based upon the amount of money you got, right? But we would not chew or CDC pepper for them. You understand? Let them chew their own pepper. Let them bring the fight.
What
And
I
they
tell you,
got,
Mr. So,
you know, because the thing here is that that's a good talking point. But like Mr. So started the show, right? Instead of Maggie then dealing with the issue, because they're in the house, you got more opposition in the house. You got them all over the place. Instead of them dealing with the issue, they're talking tabata. They're talking that. So we the woman can't be defending. We the woman can't put ourselves on the front line to make it look easy for them. No, because when they come to power
He said
together,
a political nest. She took a sabbatical turn. He want talk. He want talk a Terrican. He even want talk. That's what I'm saying. The opposition. I don't know whether we even have an
Man,
opposition.
take me out of it. We were that's tough for me. For me. I say as it is. That's not a man retirement home. A man say he has his home there. He will renovate it and live there, and that's a bed. That's not a retirement home.
7 acres of land is not a small property. 7 acres of land is not a small property. And the location.
I'm telling you,
they have airport. They have airport. Everything there.
We will find out in the long run.
Foya got her own airport. I think the airport is nearby the area.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean, not too far from the era.
Okay.
My argument here, I am disappointed. And T Max, I called him, I told him I'm disappointed because he was not even asking the question. And I wouldn't
be. So even you, if the president said that on you, but since Koto, Mr. So had the orator on his show. He certain question he didn't ask the orator. Then think about the president. Think about it. You had the orator, the 2026 orator. Where the Emmett Dunn, yeah.
So which question I didn't ask?
There were certain things you were compromising in certain era. You see? And so think about you sitting there in front of DMB. I think the atmosphere meeting certain dignitary, and I know you are a very professional journalist, but you also can protect your guests. And T-Max was selected. You think T-Max going to ask the president technical questions that will put him in a compromised position, Mr. So?
Mr. So, can I take all the show to ask a question?
But I don't know what else Mr. So was going to ask.
Let me take all the show and start learning from the
where they said the source of the funding.
Let's get an answer question. I will answer it.
It's the thing. These and I know, sometimes, and I do know when president leaders, when they're having other things, even if they're not trying to, these questions are, they have prior knowledge of these questions. They don't just get it. You don't ambush the president. That for sure. People who don't know, they will just not know. The questions, institution, you see them sitting on that podium there, that teleprompter, everything, but they're doing that, but everything is being programmed. But what I'm saying, and it was good that he went to the State Broadcasting Corporation. That's the best place. Maybe if it was a private network, it would be a different thing. Because if I was going to do a follow-up question, Mr. President, now you know, what next? How can't you say, because then you're gonna draw the president in. Mr. President, you said XYZ amount would never be disbursed without it going through this XXY process. Now we are getting to know this is, if you don't even have to go where we are getting to know that this is $1 million project. So how come this money was disbursed? Who authorized the payment? You're going to see the woman going to take her a hat and call for.
But I mean, but so wait and see if President Boakai would not take any action against individuals who may have done or who will commit any wrong when it comes to the FOIA project. Wait and see.
Oh man.
I know it already to action. My man, where you got that money for to start that project? Boom. And that pressure went up. Okay. I beg you, official.
So Mr. So, as a journalist, like if I was thinking in your mind, right?
How did you start that project? Boom.
If I was thinking in your mind,
why will you go to things, like
you're not speaking directly to Mr. Boakai asking questions or the information minister. You're speaking to surrogate of the Unity Party who are defending the ills of the Unity Party. If I were you, I would be asking any question, because what it's saying here, Terry said some things that are revealing. But you're not even asking it. You're not even asking it, because you're sweeping it. You're happy to sweep under the rug.
No, that's the difference with you and
because Terry is an analyst.
Yeah, job won't exercise. Terry, we're gonna answer Terry again. Terry Tabata, then you talking here. I can't waste my time.
Oh no, but Terry is. But people listen to Terry. The Unity Party is on. After Terry finished speaking, guess who's gonna come? Rescue 3 gonna come and start talking here. Una Tabata, because Terry will say something. Now, if you ask Terry the question, he won't easily prepare him more. So what Terry is saying, in essence, they know what went on is wrong. They know it's bad.
But of course,
it's not good. It's corruption. It's corruption. But they don't want to come out true and say it's corruption, it's bad and thing, because the opposition is not speaking about. If the opposition speak about it,
it's not corruption. It was wrong.
Call your
it's not
CDC representative.
It's wrong.
Call your CDC senator. Emma gave forget about Joseph. Why he say Rachel Kun or Joseph Kun and Mandela Cooper. All he needs to do, part of his responsibility as a lawmaker or whatever, they have committees and there are regulations before money is disbursed, the processes is supposed to go through. In this case, it did not happen. So it is within his purview now to find out where that money came from. Where that money came from. They're not small money.
Very, very well. So
that's what it's supposed to go to. But they're not going to.
You got people at the Senate and the House of Representatives.
You have
LPR has Porter at the Senate and Representative. And you the fourth estate. I'm not forgetting about LPR. You can't demean LPR. LPR is a reputable organization.
No, I'm saying got you people out there.
No, forget about me, Mr. DJ. We are speaking to Liberian people. Tell the people over there that they should push these questions to the representative and the senators for them to get a concrete answer as to what happened, where the money came from.
When I'm doing my own thing, I like to get people who are going to get answers. I don't like second-handed, third-handed information, because you get it one day, you say, go to the one. We reach out to Prince Mode. There are people on the budget, ways and means. Those are people who manage on it. But they're not going to answer. They're not going to come, and we're not going to force them. We don't have to. What I'm saying, telling you, your senator, your guy, who potentially want to be whatever you want to be, when you're having this, you don't just, you take on some concrete things that people see reasoning. Why would he want to talk about Richard Kun being and this and that? That's not why he's supposed to investigate. That's what I'm saying.
You cannot silence that other conversation. Richard Kun is a public figure. Richard Kun is the third powerful man in our country. You are saying that they how to call it, they call it East what they got in Eastern Far. That Trump man that they investigating, all kind of fire coming on him now. So people will hold you responsible for even immoralities while you're in public office, especially the third most powerful man. So we could say, you could be walking and chewing at the same time. Richard Kun, you want to talk about Richard Kun private life or his wife, the amount of wives he got, and all that kind of thing. You can talk about it, but bring Joseph Boakai project to the forefront. Now discuss everything on the table. We, as the fourth estate, we are not just here to be or to recite these people operation. We are here to dissect. We are here to inform our public about what is unfolding in the government. We can't just sit and say, because CDC our guy and Unity Party now our guy, and we in the middle, we just said no. Then what the fourth estate is about? I'm saying to you that you have big connection in Liberia. You got people that work within the Senate as journalists. They can go and ask those tough questions. You can pick up phone and call people, say you demand answer from these people. That's your role. If you are in Liberia, I know you'll be asking those questions. And because you got people there who represent you, you can go through and ask them the question and tell them, mandate them to go and get information from those people. If they get the information, the way you get, you put it out there. What Henry Costa has to do? He said, we'll talk. We'll be lying. Once we lie, it will stick.
Henry Costa was a talk show.
What I'm saying, but his talk show
to create a problem we in today.
But what is wrong with McGill taking the lead to find out? He's one of the best person, Keta.
There's nothing
He's
wrong
on the
here. What I'm
committee.
saying, if Maggie does not take the lead, what is wrong with us taking the lead? You taking the
No,
lead.
you CDC as a political party.
You
taking the
cannot
lead.
take the
As a
lead.
political organization, you're supposed to be the one to take the lead to
What I'm
push your
saying,
people.
and
Are the
maybe
journalists over to go to push your people?
what I'm saying,
Now,
and
why are you a political institution?
Maggie is a strong figure. He said, people are answerable to me. I told you we'll reach out to Prim he let you respond. He let
very investigate corruption or
Mr. So, 1
alleged
minute.
corruption.
We
Mr.
want the
So,
ministry of information to come provide answer. We want the ministry of how you call it presidential
Information.
affairs to provide answer. They are liable. They can be subpoenaed. They will go and provide credit. That's what I'm saying, but you're not getting it.
Mr. So, I want to ask Keta one question. Why is it his former president always, even as he was president, he always hid behind the pulpit? Is that the only place he speaks? His voice
Because he will
start
not take question from behind the pulpit.
Well,
is that where
that's
his
not
voice
true.
is?
President Bwaga took question behind the pulpit. He spoke to media
Dog,
outlets.
I'm not talking about President Bwaka right now. I'm talking about
President George Weah took question outside the pulpit. He spoke to media. He had
For
press
6 years,
conference.
how many times?
Well,
They
what are that?
went
2-3
behind
times
the
he
pulpit.
did.
I know that the pulpit can help you to talk.
So-
Something
Yes,
behind that pulpit.
behind.
President
You know,
Weah
when the
is not
pastor
the president.
preaching, when you behind the pulpit as a pastor, when you're preaching, nobody can ask you question. That's the reason why the man can only come out to be vociferous when it comes to going behind the pulpit to say exactly what he wants to say. Behind there, nobody can ask you any question.
After 10 player. But let me quickly here. Keto, you are you are one of the inside war, or probably you much connected to CDC. Is President George Weah earnestly seeking re-election?
Mr. Swami, I'm sorry. I was reading Clarence saying Mr. Toshukama. Mr. So, this is not a question to be asked. The president, the CDC said it over and again, President Weah is coming back 2029. It's not something hidden. It is announced. He said it. He's coming back 2029. So the question is not if he's coming. And the question is, how is he going to govern Liberia after 2029? That would be the question. How is he going to govern our country?
All right. I think people want to call. I'm so sorry, but let me just
say he failed in his first 6 years.
We'll open the lines. Sorry, thank you so much. Let me put a number on here.
14 years of Unity Party administration failure. 14 years.
We go 14 now. You'll be checking.
Oh, so
be back in it. Be back in it.
We'll take a few calls and then we can leave because a lot of everybody here tonight. So Tabatai the on 363. I can forget my own number. 5939.
Be giving a score, Keta.
Okay, so sorry, let me
put it. Boys are very cute, handsome boys.
Keta, you guys are so blind that you guys don't see what is going on, the development are going on around the country.
Where?
And I never saw you guys one day.
Where?
Yeah. One day.
But the thing is frustrating and making the people angry. Why would they be happy about it?
So where? Yes, you want
electricity,
prices
going down. Food prices have gone down. The road is being worked on. Nothing I hear about you guys.
Oh,
okay. Let's hear Breakable. Come and break things apart. Breakable, let's hear you.
Oh God, Breakable. Breakable can go on the station.
We need to get this Facebook because without it.
What is it?
I got 3 days of this Facebook for a whole year. Starting from the first day in January, no more Facebook. I think 1 year. Okay, to the issue. No. My sister. I enjoy looking for. I know what I was worried about for 2 years. Didn't get job yet. You on a show and say, issue a private life. But I present issue in a private life. You know, I see that problem in that corruption. It being sincere to the truth. You speak up and just taking people women from there. You say that now back out there, or speak up, advisor for president, loving in the government, like the cemetery in the community. They say that is that nothing? No. Very.
So who woman the mentor? Who woman the mentor?
That woman the mentor.
Because like looking, Mr. To. Because Mr. To is just natural. Who can say the truth? But for you, it became fair. So I let your business. Listen, while our president day now in local country is a money digital every day.
What?
If it is there in local country in Foya to build a place there, it's a digital thing. All why is there in the government? That thing. If you not come and say that property, all those are built thing in that position, nothing you're doing a government or look to control be looking and be not fair. Your own government, people do things that are not correct. You say you're not like it, but you allow people to go away to find nothing happen to them. They illegal. It's not correct. You know what I'm saying? And be fair. For God, all you're not saying it. You as a patriotic citizen, say it like God be your judge. The president is not fair to the country. The president is not fair to your own supporter. Your supporter. It may not fair.
Thank you.
It's bad.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you.
Break it I can't get no brickheads.
See you on Facebook again, right?
Break it up. Aaron Talk Show, Breakable is on there. Anybody that goes against Joshua, you see Breakable insulting. He have gone to the point of even just insulting people. I'm so sorry for him, man. I feel bad. But Breakable, I'm so sorry. But be counting like cattle. Because they've been counting 14 years. Be counting. You know? Be counting the number of years.
14 years or what?
Can I say the Unity Party been in position 14 years?
Any 12 years plus you got 2 years at 14. Unity Party continue.
I the 6 years and they coming once.
Sorry, we're about to wrap up. I know you say you want to, but anyway, no, but is anybody in agreement with that for the House Senate to seek more clarification? Would that even happen? I don't know.
When you have a regime,
to show that they don't even know what they are dead in our house or in the Senate to be the priority. I mean, what about the very men are sitting there? Go check behind him. And I see Breakable saying that we're not talking about the president issue. Have I ever talked about President girlfriend or who he goes on with? That's not my concern. I'm talking about the president leading. He like it can have whoever girlfriend he have, but he must not play with our money. He shouldn't play with the Liberian people's life. That's my major concern. Not who he goes off with, who he doesn't go off with.
In response to your question, there are three responsibilities of a lawmaker: lawmaking, oversight, and representation. The budget becomes a law when it is signed. They are there to make law. They can be able to get a quorum, to begin to ask some of the hard questions, to say, oh, we want to know this about the budget. Remember, it tells you that a lot of those guys in the first branch of government, especially, the Senate and the House of Representatives, the guys are much more concerned about what they can be able to learn in their pockets for themselves. As if that is not enough, then they want additional 14 seats. When Liberians are already complaining and crying on the loaded envelope, there's too much load on the envelope, on the budget of the country, then the guys want to milk and lick more. So I hope Liberians will think strong and better when they go to the polls again when it comes to electing people who go in a particular house. In a very serious government, you don't have men. There are certain people who, I mean, I want to call names, in a serious and responsible leadership in democracy, where people will be electing people on the basis of what they'll be able to do for the ordinary people. There are certain people there that don't belong there. Let's face it. Going to the house and disturbing and making noise.
Mr. Akwe, who gave that law? I mean, who wrote that law for 14 seats to be added? Is it not the executive? Did it not law come from the executive?
Yeah, what I know about that law, what I know about it is that it really came from the House of Representatives. That's where it came from.
But who wrote it now? Who was the one that brought it? Because a lawmaker have to put it forth before it be discussed on the floor. Because from what I heard,
that's what I'm saying. It came from
the executive.
But it was dead upon arrival, even when it went to the Senate. And the Senate, I mean, it was pushed listed by the Senate. Because we're talking about lawmaker earning around $10,000. That's just too much.
Mr. So did you?
It came from the House of Representatives. They are the ones pushing that particular thing. Because a lot of them know too well that they will not be re-elected, so they want to create additional districts so that they can be able to contest or run it again.
But
that's exactly what's happening.
Who will it benefit, the executive branch or the legislature? Who gonna benefit?
Technically, it's going to benefit the House of Representatives. It's going to benefit them.
Okay.
I don't see what much the executive will really get from it, because they are already complaining about too much money going to the national legislature. So they are much more interested in budget, in slashing down the budget. You can have 103% getting up to 20 to 25% of the country budget. Only 103 people.
I disagree with that. I think the executive,
but the incumbent seats
can tell the legislature that, look, we do not have money. We do not have money. We are already can meet up with certain things. The executive have the right to tell them. So
that's what that 14 additional seat. Trust me, that thing is not going anywhere. Let me tell you.
But Mr.
Can I say this real quick?
Akwe said this government is not serious. It's not a serious government. Because any serious
No. What I said is that in a very serious government, in a very serious democracy, you not have certain people. Let's look at, for example, maybe like Yeke Koluba. And you didn't serious people will elect Yeke Koluba in district number 10. No.
You said.
Let's go to our caller and we'll come back. Caller, let's
say in a very serious democracy.
Yeah. Hello to everybody on the show. Yeah, I've been following, I've been listening. I just have I had to let's say talk to three panelists on the show. I've been listening to them. You see, it's hard to just cover or to back something that is very hard to back up. I want to talk to Sis Cotto. I want to talk to Terry, and I want to talk to Mr. I know James Akwe.
Yeah.
You see, the fact is the fact. You cannot continuously putting blame on a dead person. That is wrong. The president is the leader of the country. He ran on a character that everybody say it is impeccable. And if I all as a leader, you know that your character, it is important. Your record, it is important when you see people around you carrying on a practice that will tarnish your reputation. You have to come to the public to rebuke such a people that try to tarnish your reputation. And in this case, that's not what happened. If you say about the Foja project, if you say the president doesn't have an idea from the get-go, after he get to know, why couldn't he come and tell the public that, hey, this is not my doing. I am not in support of such an act. But according to what the sister was saying right there, that is that right there, you're talking to a lot of people who got common sense. People will know that you just try to wrap it on a person who had already passed on. And that will not hold water, because everybody know that will not be Sylvester Grisbury problem. The president is the leader. He is the leader of the country. Whenever he sees somebody doing something that's going to mess his legacy or his record up, he has to come to the public and make known such an act. Then we will hold him at from that level that we all consider him to be, that he was a liberator or rescuer. But if at all people had to start coming to be beating on this one project over and over before he can come out to say, hey, this is not my retirement home, but this is a government project, and everything that's supposed to substantiate that claim is not transparent, then of course there's a big problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, guys, let's wrap it up. Oh, go for the night. Thank you so much. Let me put this number down. All right, Kato, you want to send her home?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. So let me send you guys home. Thanks, to the last caller who brought up and he tried to, put us into the bubble, and for which I'm not exempting myself from being in the bubbles rather. I agree with you, Carter, that the president should have done that. And I also thought that it was necessary that the president did that. And better late than never, the president came out and did the right thing. And I accept what he has said, and that's exactly what it is. And everything I have said is my own investigation. I did not say the president said. My own Carter said. So I'm saying it on my own. So don't put it on the president. And that's what made him the president. He took responsibility of what had happened. And because it wasn't done right, that's why he's trying to do it right. He's saying that it's not his property. And we start seeing him claiming it as his property, that's why we're going to fight. That's not your property. And it is the Liberian people property. As far as I'm concerned, it is the Liberian people property. The only problem I had with it, there are other issues that should have been prioritized other than that home issue. And okay, it happened, and the best thing is to put it in a proper use. It is not an individual, it's not his property. Unlike the citizens who try to compare it to be like what we did. It is not exactly like what we did. They're fighting hard to compare it to the We Are 46 condominium, where how many people it take, and also Collins take it that way too. But the president has said it, and I take it by his word. And I still say it wasn't done rightly. And that's the difference with you, the citizens, and us, or other supporters. I do not come here to back the government. It wasn't done, and from the onset, I said it. From Richard Kuhn incident, we spoke against it at the time, how the process was done. And we fought it until the process went through the right procedure. And that's why we fought this one until it came through the right procedure. And that's all we can do. We're not here to bow down to President Baka. We are here to see President Baka doing the right thing. And we will speak to the right thing be done until the Liberian people can get the right thing done for them. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good night.
Yeah, so when we listen to you, you listen to us too now. So don't dare go. We know the night pie already big go. Keto say you want you to hear it. Let's hear you. Let's keep within the time frame. Let's hear you. Your departing statement.
Okay, so the FOIA the most talk about FOIA project, and initially, like I said, the public relation, the information dissemination concerning the FOIA project was done to okay. Procurement, where the money coming from? There's still a lot of questions Liberians are asking. Some of the hard questions too. and they are right to asking some of these hard questions. But I felt happy when the president came out to say this is not going to be a retired home. What we know today about that project is that it's going to be for the MRU one. This is a facility that can host up to 500 people. Why would a retirement home be built like that will hold 500 people? You know, on the issue of corruption, we can state clearly that we can sit here to say all that's happening in the country is just good, 100%. No, we don't, and that's why our own, United Party will continue to win because we come here sometimes, we slap them, we hit them, we push them real hard around because we want them to be able to work in the interest of the people. Because when people go to elections, when people go to cast their ballot, they do so on the basis of what you have done for them. When you come to power, it becomes a social contract between the ordinary people and those who are elected. So coming forth, we hope that information dissemination will flow well, the right thing will happen for the Liberian people, more projects will be tackled, more deliverables, so that it's going to frustrate the likes of cattle, the CDC, and those in the opposition. I know too well that 2026 is going to be that year when a lot of them will be frustrated, especially when the coming in of the yellow machines and earth moving equipment and other developmental initiatives that will be tackled by this government. That's exactly what we want. The song we want to sing, the song we want to sing is, hey, there's a rest project today in Bon County, a rest project in Nima County. This is what the government has been able to do. This is what the government has done in Riverside. This is what the government has been able to do in Grand G. Imagine, like in the budget, on a George Weah, on the George Weah, the Grand G Community College was getting 30,000. On the Joseph Walker, it goes to 300,000. Look at the astronomical increase. Look, federal Liberians, this is a man who has come to redeem the country, who has come to put smiles on the faces of Liberians, and he means well. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, if we're calling an in, can you hear or not?
No, I'm not hearing you.
So then how will we you can hear all?
The back we gave were intentional. The back to learn.
Next time we're going to hear all.
Just muting. Thank you. I enjoy you. I enjoy Jenna. Keep talking. No, thank you so much. Beautiful show, man. Yeah, so just the thing. I know people say, you know, the president, they were not satisfied with the PR and all that. The president came out and spoke. Whether the president spoke true or not, the fact that he came out and spoke. So those people who are surrogate of Unity Party say they are satisfied with what the president said. And that's something that is bad for our country. So because he came out and says it's a Monroe project, Monroe said, "No, our project. We get a project like Bureau." All right. He came out. He said they build it just in case something happened in the region, so they can be keeping peace over there. Amen. Who will be sitting there praying for war to come so they can build structure that will host rebel factions? Who will be praying for that?
Why you build our military?
Who will be praying for that? They will build structure at the border area so that when there's conflicts, the leader will gather to that area and they will have conference. Don't you know it's easy? Let's assume if there was a conflict in Guinea, do you know it's easy if the Guinean president will come to Foya and sit down in that conference hall? You know it's easy for the rebel to cross from that place from Guinea straight Foya and can't do something to that president rather easy instead of going to the capital, Monrovia. Let think for once. You say it's a security structure at the border point, the bordering town, and say if there's conflict, the Monroe Union president can come and sit down in that place. So if conflict in Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea, and you bring Serenity and Guinea president said I read to have conference for peace. What made it in the pool in the country making trouble? They can't just cross where they bread do something or that they push them. It will be easy. It's away from the population. So it doesn't make sense for me. 2, the president never spoke true. The president said they will pay, Manaro will pay. Whereas international will finish paying, according to them, international will finish paying for that thing. West African grouping pay for it. Government put money there. Individual make contribution to the stuff. You can't go to China and take credit on the material the poor guy in that place. I saw in a conference room. You saw the amount of materials that in that conference room. They on pay. They already pay for it. So this is a government that does not have money, that depends on donor to help. The government also cannot pay police officer, or has not paid police officer, but can go and bring a lot of things there with a belief, like Trump, that it will be the war and Mexico will pay for it. Is that the kind of sense? Anyway, you're not too far from he and Trump got to see what we're thinking. We'll pay the war and Mexico will pay for it. We'll pay the Mana River.
Sir, thank you very much.
Hey, Mr. So.
How do you want to speak? You spoke well.
Mr. So, 1 minute, please. Breakable said, I'm looking for a job. How will I be looking for a job? I apply for a job and I'm sitting right here in America here. How can one get a job like that? Is that how to get a job in Liberia? So it's strange. I never applied for a job. I never asked for recommendations. I'm laying out right in America here working, getting my living for $10. I'm sustaining myself. Oh, then you telling me I'm looking for a job. If I'm looking for a job, I'll be laying out in Liberia. And if I want a job, I will go to Liberia. I will get a job. And in fact, I'm not a job seeker. I'm a job creator. I create jobs for people. I employ. I don't go looking for a job.
Let's hear Terry, so we'll wrap up.
Yeah. So
why you God, man? Keep calling. Hello?
Embarrassed with you guys tonight. Very embarrassed. I had a wonderful day yesterday on Prince Sherry show, and none of you mentioned that today. That's ridiculous. Coming from the whole time, the whole world know that the board chair, because Prince Sherry keep making reference to me as the board chair of LPR on his show, and the whole world know that I'm the board chair. And yesterday, you guys have to refuse to mention me tonight. How wonderful I did yesterday on Prince Sherry show. I was well loved by both sides, Unity Party and CDC. People loved me yesterday, and you refused.
Oh, you going back to CDC now? Prince Sherry carry to CDC now?
That's not what I told you. I'm still.
Well, Prince called me. He said, "Oh, Mr. So, the liberal say he back home." I saw that it was good. So
yeah, but you guys did not even bother to mention that today. That's ridiculous. But anyhow, it's a wonderful show. Wonderful show. I think.
So wait a minute. Are you sure you are the board chair?
Well, according to Prince Sherry, I am.
And what you say? You see, that is in Joseph Bokatep. They call you a title that you know you are not. Then you say, according to Prince Sherry. All right, okay. We're going to take it to executive.
I think Terry, Six Quarter, and the fanatic. I think you guys held your tonight, and Walter Carter was really pushed, not only on the bus, but he has no space tonight. I like it. You make that that we're not all stupid around here, and I like that. Now he's gonna go to bed tonight, thinking twice about coming next time to come and talk rubbish on LPR. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Lpr.
Why you ran away? Why you ran away, Lpr? Why you couldn't show face tonight? Because I got some clip on you.
What's your problem? So that here, Prince Sherry's. Teresa, go ahead.
Yeah. So thank you for the show, Mr. So, and all of that. The first thing is that the presidential villa is the president did well, in my opinion, by saying that the visa is not for him. So he gave it to the Liberian government, which is a very good thing. Like I said the last time, for a president to give that kind of project worth over $6 million that he can use after his retirement, especially in his first year, well, when after 6 years, nobody will persecute him for it. That for an African leader to do that, I must give him a hands up and pat on the back. But there are so many shenanigans around the project that is still dragging the government that the president have to take action on somebody. Somebody got to go. Somebody have to be held responsible for that particular project being constructed over there without the acquiescence of the president. Somebody got to be held responsible. That is how you take accountability. If you don't do that, it will still drag you in the future to come. And like Mr. Aku was saying, it's not a presidential project, it's a villa. Do you know no project that thing built like villas? That is where you will want to go as a president to retire. If you really want to retire, those things are built like villas. So the president did very well. I know it was hard for him, but he did it because that is who he is, integrity. But lastly, Mr. So there will be difficulty for Richard Kuhn to be removed as speaker. 1 month from now, if they do not remove Richard Kuhn, it will be hard. Here is why. The budget have already been passed. If you go do your tabata in the house, guess what? The government, the executive will still thrive because the budget have been passed. So you can do your tabata. You're close to us, you want to. The budget have been passed, the government will operate. That's number one. Number two, VP Kuhn is still is in the House of Senate, and he's controlling the House of Senate. To get rid of Richard Kuhn, you got to be able to convince, or what you name, VP Kuhn, you got to be able to convince Yomble Kanga Lawrence. These two people control the House of Senate. You have to get the House of Senate to bow for your plan to be successful. And there are so many people in the House of Rep that will definitely put a bone in the throat. But again, anything can happen. That is Liberia. That is my own. Thank you for the show.
Thank you. So yes, that's it. Keta?
Yeah.
We are not coming back.
Are you sleepy?
So sad.
I listen to Terry Tabata. I'm sleeping. I listen to Terry Tabata. I can't ask no question. Mr. Akwekinye, he said the government is unserious. The government is not a serious government. That's what he said.
Got it.
Look, I must admit, you gotta be very careful. You gotta just pick a war and they go with a war.
Yeah, I admire the former president today. There are some small things President Weah can do that will make him likable, and that will make it easy for people to be attracted to him. When you go to the kind of social events, that's what politically that you see President Weah can escape from things that other politicians can escape from, because the people love him instead of the people just follow him because they want to see results. So there are some things that we don't like, that a politician will say, "Oh, why the man how to do it?" But hey, that is what he does that makes him different from every other politician in the country. So I'll give it to him on that one, to be frank with you.
All right. Well,
thank you, Mr. So.
So that why he stuck behind. That's not social either. That religious thing.
No, I'm not talking about the church. No, that's the church. He went to the strongman competition. The guy who won it.
Oh, I didn't go. I didn't know about that.
You didn't watch it yet. He was there.
I didn't watch it.
He graced the occasion. Oh, sorry, Mr. So go ahead.
So, your Tabata, the president do this. Almost say the day boss was money. The team that have Eli, that city, what they build, we'll get to know at some point in time. We'll know the story. We'll know the real story. Now I can say we'll know it.
Okay, I wanted the security analyst to tell whether if that place is ideal for that kind of project.
The security analyst is compromised as well.
He's compromised big time.
Security analyst said you should call him. You saw the message?
He can't independent.
Yeah,
Not knowing he was
him.
He was the chauffeur for the president when he used to come here. He can't
Now
independent.
you're liberal, Samson Torah. Oh, you're not serious, man. You're not serious. You're kind of Tabata. You're good night.
Okay.
The
Good night,
Lpr-Tv.
good night.
The Lpr-Tv. If you watch that,
Pastor, good night.
Kato.
Don't let me fool you.
You know my
So Esther, that
birthday
rich
coming here,
person told to
Mr.
be
So.
president.
So you
He
don't
said
talk
greater
about
Don't
my
let me
get
fool
money.
you about job business. You're not seeking job.
I say that cleaning my while I was cleaning my shit, getting my leg to the bra, but go be sweating and be
That
looking
it
for
did
a
not.
job.
Yeah.
What somebody
Don't
go
mind
one
me.
more behind you, they fire you for something what you don't do.
Is that what we didn't talk about?
My birthday.
When?
Oh, so you know my birthday again. All right.
Wow.
January 5th.
Maybe first when I send
Okay,
another.
so I mean, happy
January
pre-birthday,
5th.
Yeah,
happy
happy pre-birthday,
pre-birthday,
sister.
January
beautiful
5th. The man know I can
and
start
shining
celebrating.
looking
I can
Kato.
start celebrating from Christmas up to my
Okay.
birthday.
Oh man, Koto, you looking for flower? I try to say, he pass here. All right, the cool.
Mama, good now. Catch up, mama. Have a wonderful time, man.
Get out and sleep good. If you can't sleep good, your man, former finance minister all day he checking a book and they should never look for work. He looking at project to clip. They get one guy that looking for the very projects to clip as a weird project.
You're good night. You're good night, guy. All right. Okay, folks, that does it this evening. Thank you so much for your time, for your company. That's who they are. Call me as I may have an answer to your question. All right, Mose, I will call you as soon as I get off the program. I did send the line out, but probably I think you are in a tech position. All right, folks, thank you so much and have a pleasant evening. Esther, these people, no matter what we do, that's who they are. They will always defend. Even when you're going in the grave, they will defend it.